Knitting, you probably think about stuff like this, like ugly slippers that your grandma knit you, because these are from my grandma and she knit them and they're terrible. But, okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna take out my goodies.
Your what?
My goodies. I brought a bunch of goodies to show you guys. So, knitting is actually a lot cooler than that, and I'm gonna show you first some really awesome yarn that I brought with me, like a ton. I totally cleaned out my stash. Okay, so there's like all kinds. There's your basic like cheap acrylic that you don't really want to use. And then there's like basic wool like this that's like a bit more expensive but still pretty affordable. And you guys can come up and touch these if you want. Then there's stuff like this, which my roommate actually made for me. She spun it herself with fiber that she got on the internet. And this is just like a wool, but it's really cool because you can see that it's hand spun. You can take a look if you want. Don't be afraid. This one is really great. It's a superwash merino wool, so what that means is that it's super, super soft. And also you can put it in the washing machine, which is awesome. And it's also, they're also hand dyed, so every batch is unique, and so that's super cool. This one is really neat. It's like a halfway done hat, but I figured I'd bring it anyway because the yarn is really cool. It's like a mix of wool and mohair, and it's like 2 different colors. And what? Anyway, if you look at the ball, you can see that there's actually mohair wrapped around the wool, so you can come take a look at that. Also, the really cool thing is you can go to farms and buy wool directly from them. So where I grew up in Ontario, there's an alpaca farm. And first of all, alpacas are super adorable, so I begged my mom to take me there just to see them. And then I realized that the woman who runs it actually spins her own alpaca wool, so I bought a whole bunch, and this is really nice. Alpaca is super warm. It's a lot warmer than wool in the winter, so that's one reason why I wanted to get some, because I get really, really freezing in the winter. So yeah, this one is a mix of alpaca and silk. And I have another one. Where is it? Sorry.
Is someone absconded with your wool?
Did someone steal my wool?
Is it gray?
Yeah.
We already took it, I think.
You already took it?
We had all the stuff before.
Okay, don't worry about it. Yeah, the gray one is from an alpaca, and when they sell the alpaca, they actually write the name of the animal that it came from on it. It's really adorable. And then you can get fancier stuff like this, which is a silk and mohair blend. And it's really, really soft and beautiful.
How much would a ball like that cost?
These were really expensive, I think. Well, this is only like the remainder of a ball, but I think these were like $40 for one hank. So like a hank is just like a big floppy thing of yarn instead of a ball. So yeah, this one's pretty expensive. How many slippers could I make with this? Maybe like 2 pairs? I don't know, but you wouldn't really want to do it with this. So, well, this is for later, but I'll show you anyway. I made a sweater with it, which is not quite finished, as you can see, but it's like so soft. And whenever I buy yarn, I always rub it on my face to test. So. And then, last of all, there's you can get all kinds of organic stuff. So this is organic cotton, which I use to make a baby toy, because apparently that's a really good thing, because they can chew on it and it's like super safe. And then last of all, there's this yarn called Nora, which is from Japan, and they dye it so that the colors are kind of in a gradient like this, and it's used, well, these kinds are used to make socks, so you have like all kinds of crazy colors like this. I don't know if anyone saw the socks I was wearing yesterday, but it's made from this.
Are you fast?
Sorry?
Are you fast at knitting?
Not as fast as some of my friends.
So how long would it take you to knit that sock if we said go right now?
Oh my god, like, I don't know, I've never done it all in one sitting. Maybe an afternoon. It takes a while, but I don't know, I find it's really worth it because my feet get really cold, so wool socks are way warmer than like anything you can buy at the store pretty much, so that's why I love it.
Do you find it therapeutic to knit?
It's super therapeutic, yeah. Also, okay, so onto the patterns. So I also like knitting because you can basically make whatever you want. And there's a lot of designers now that are making like really stylish stuff, not like big ugly reindeer sweaters and stuff. So like this one, it's really like fitted, which is really cool. And it's from my favorite designer, whose name is Heather Dixon. And then there's this alpaca sweater that I knit also. It's very cozy and warm and pretty. Yeah?
So how long does that take?
That took me a few months, but...
You have to start in spring.
Yeah, you should always start your project before it gets cold, as I discovered. Because when I finished, this is a cowl, I'll show you. Oops. So, oh, it's so warm. When I finished knitting this, it was already like springtime and hot, and I was like, ah. It was very disappointing.
Julian, does that meet your rules for fashion? You knit your own clothes, that gives you an authenticity?
Excellent. Oh yeah, here's one more. I made you can also make summer stuff, which is also kind of surprising to some people. So I knit myself a tank top. And you can make cool stuff like toys. So this is a dodecahedron that my roommate made. But you need to give it back or else I'm going to have to knit her another one. And I also made a really adorable baby toy. You can't see from here probably, but there's like super cute stuff like baby bunnies and all kinds of other baby animals that you can knit. I also made a blanket for my mom, which is really cool. And also, I wanted to talk about the social aspect of knitting too. It's really easy to make friends in the knitting community. There's pretty much every city has their local yarn stores, and Montreal has several, and my favorite one is the Filoche. And they have knit nights every so often, so people just get together and knit in the evening. And it's like, usually all young people, and even guys. So like my friend's brother works at the yarn store. And also with Ravelry, I don't know if you guys know it at all, but it's a really great site, and I discovered most of my favorite designers on there because it's really easy for independent designers to get publicity online. And also it's really cool too because you can get help on the forums, etc., etc. So I think that's all, but if you guys want to take a look, I can probably leave this out, or actually I'll bring it back to my table. And then if you want to come see anything, yeah?
Question.
Yeah?
Are there any yarns made of fleece?
Fleece? No. But fleece isn't like Why don't you make the first one then?
Kickstart that, quick.
Excuse me.
All right, if there's no more questions, I'll